Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 287 of the Red Force Podcast. My name is Eric Tolado. Joining me today, Christian Tolado.
Hello, welcome. Eric is in the hell zone.
Getting quarantined by my own.
He's
brother.
he's got some sort of AIDS. We don't know what happened.
Yeah, Christian, it's my contention you gave it to me.
I don't see how that's possible because it's at least a week and a half since I had something,
Crazy.
and it wasn't severe like this. It wasn't me dying, fumbling, falling apart. You know.
There was only,
Yeah.
what was it? Saturday night? Friday night? Something like that. Crazy, Christian.
I wasn't sick then.
Anyway,
Eric, well, you know what my contention
what's
is?
that?
You have a weak constitution.
Is that so?
That's what my that's what my
Well,
contention
you were
is.
sick two days ago. Or last week.
2 days ago, 2 weeks.
Christian, I get sick maybe twice a year, maybe once a year.
Yeah,
We're here now. Famously don't leave the house.
yeah,
But
you know.
we are here. We are live with the people. I want to talk about for a second that I see no one talking about on Twitter, Christian.
What?
The anime Kaido form.
What about it?
People speculating it wasn't different enough. This can't be Awakening. It's not a new form.
Yes, I have seen this discourse. People still say not awakening.
Hey, man. I think this is what Oda was trying to cook with it. Alright? It's Kaido's final form. The drunken... The what is it? The murderous drunk? Some
Yeah.
bullshit like that. But... Shout out Natoshi. Always with the
Shida.
transformations.
Now, Eric, why do I see aura, and why am I annoyed?
Well, you gotta get it, alright? There was no real aura
Wait.
on that Sheeta.
No, you know why? She knows what he's doing. The
It's way to
rock
Christ.
gatling was
They
okay.
better not put goddamn yellow aura on Gear 5. Nah, we trusted Ishitani here, Christian.
And if it is an aura, it'll be a good aura, not a horse shit.
Right.
All right.
But anyway, what else is going on?
What's going on? Tears of the Kingdom beaten.
Beaten.
Gandalf
How do you feel about that boss fight?
has been slain. That's a high quality boss fight. We got the ending.
Did you
the
lose?
the meme ending.
Did you lose?
A few times, you gotta learn the
You
timing.
lost. That's crazy.
What do you mean you lost?
You
Lost a few
you
times.
died.
Yeah.
Wild. See,
You gotta learn the timing.
Christian's an unskilled man.
You gotta learn the timing. All right. So he does fakes. He does all kinds of crazy shit. All right. He baits you into attacking him so that he can stop time. You know. Is what it is.
Roasted, Christian.
I didn't have any gloom food.
I didn't
So
either.
hey man. You know what I mean?
It's
Hey, man.
crazy. Christian proclaims to be the Dark Souls king. To be
You gotta learn the timing.
the all-time greatest
He made one mistake.
Miyazaki disciple of all time.
Yeah, Gandalf made one
What's that?
mistake. He pulled out that spear. That spear is too easy to dodge.
I feel like that's like they'd be like hit him here.
Yeah, the spear's way too easy to dodge.
But anyway,
But anyway,
where what else is anything else is going on? One Piece, Christian, we get closer to Gear 5, Nico.
have you seen that Yamato card? Is a One Piece trading card game.
I have
Read as Odin, hilarious.
classic,
You know.
but anyway,
I'm just interested in this game. You know, we got Yu-Gi-Oh! Ass Effects going off.
there's no
All types of
there's
crazy
no
shit.
digital game going on though. So
I know.
You know. Yeah, Christian, we don't
I know.
want to get it too close to modern Yu-Gi-Oh because that's a shit show.
No.
Four
Absolutely
minute setups just to get one shot. Crazy.
Yeah.
And Drit
Well, there you
says it's good because he doesn't actually have to play the game. He just tries to pull his combo off.
Absolutely not.
Anyway,
All right.
shall we get into the chapter, Christian?
Yes. Eric has to take some L's this chapter. That's what everyone's here for. That's what everyone's here for. Eric taking the L's.
Now, Christian,
About to go say.
I'll say this. Christian, famous fence sitter. Infamous.
I said that. No.
Infamous fence sitter.
Go back. Watch the tapes. I said First commander level maximum, and my contention still says the same, and it still equals that in every measure.
First command.
There's
What?
nothing in this
Christian, what's
chapter to suggest anything above first commander.
We'll
Nothing.
talk about it during the chapter. I don't see. I don't know
Okay.
if there's much of a point unless they're going to be rev fights, but whatever.
Yeah, we can get into it.
Frankie on the cover though.
We got Frankie on the cover, Eric. He's pushing some turtles back into the ocean. Alright. But Eric, this is chapter 1085. The Death of Cobra. Subtle title. You know.
Well, we know he dies. It's alright.
Yeah. Cobra is shook. No one can sit upon the throne, Eric. We get a little flashback of what was said in the reverie. You know. Cobra reveals that Aimu is one of the names of the 20 Kings. Instantly confirmed Aimu is from the Void Century. There's no debate. It is confirmed.
Of course, the immortality surgery, all that shit.
Oh yeah, we have to go back. Alright, let's put a pin in this right now.
Alright.
We can say the Aimu foreshadowing starts in Dressrosa with that Doflamingo speech and the immortality surgery. As we know, for someone to know it exists, it has to have happened once, at least. Right?
Correct.
And what does Dofi know? He knows about the secret within Marijoa that will turn the world upside down. Aimu. So, he knows about the immortality surgery. He told Luffy, you know, Dofi's dream is to become Aimu, basically. And that's what it is. Right? So, we got a lot confirmed this chapter.
Will we ever get a flashback of Dofi seeing Aimu on the throne as a kid, or what do you think?
I mean, there's no point, you know. How it happened, not really a point. But, you know. Aimu speaks in an old English pattern. Classic.
This man's
Classic.
from an ancient era, Christian.
Classic. He's speaking old-timey. He's saying thou and thus.
Speaking in the third person.
And speaking in the third person. All types of things, Eric. Aimu says, the D is the name of the ones who oppose the kings. Not new information. This is all we knew.
We gathered this much, yep.
It's been said before. Dofi said it, alright? It turns out, Lily was the one who scanned the poneglyphs. Although, Aimu believes that it wasn't an accident, but it was indeed on purpose. It was on purpose.
Betrayal.
Alright? It was betrayal. This is why Aimu hates Lily. He has escaped the simp allegations. Right? He has escaped the Obito allegations. Alright? He is not some simp. Or they are not some simp. That just likes Lily. No. Betrayal. Spreading of the poneglyphs. This is what happened. This is what Aimu hates.
Question. We assume the D family fought against these 20 kingdoms. What's Lily doing here? Was it an inside job the whole time? Was there a change of heart?
Derek, the ancient kingdom had to have been either one, somewhat evil, or two, propagandized to be evil. And then, you know, for the kingdoms to rise up against the technology, right?
Yeah, it could have been, you know, you hogging all the technology, you're not giving it to any of us.
Yeah.
Kind of situation.
So the ancient kingdom had to be somewhat
devious
in some way. And then if Vivi realizes what Aimu's gonna do, she's like, no, you're corrupting the system. I'm gonna spread the poneglyph so people know the truth.
Do we think Aimu's like a third party kind of? Not Aimu. Joy Boy's like a third party in this whole situation, or is he directly involved?
I'm convinced the D-Clan is like Joy Boy's original crew. And the D-Clan is the crew, and they gave themselves the D initial.
The Marshall guy's a dick.
Yeah, and there's a betrayer and all kinds of shit. Yeah. So, Joy Boy's original crew, we got, you know,
Toki. We got
a Monkey D. We got
a Marshall.
You know, a Jagger D. Yeah. We got a Marshall D. Who else? We got a Trafalgar D. I don't know why Law's a D, but whatever. You know.
Law has to be everything, Christian, as we know.
Lord, Lord's the hype man. All right. It has to be cool. It has to be edgy. All right.
What about a Star Debo?
Zabido.
Sadbo.
Classic. All right. So, of course, the meme names a Gold D, Eric, which is the biggest meme Oda just fucking made up.
Portuguese D.
Portuguese D, all the D's,
Right.
right? In this clan crew, whatever. All right.
Good.
As Cobra says, Lily is indeed a D. He is struck by a shadow arrow and falls over. Starbo steps in, throws that fire fist at Omo and the elders. Omo blocks it. Zabo has disappeared. Is disappointed he could not take them all out. He wants to assassinate the Gorosei.
Right.
See, Zabo has some killing intent. He's got some bloodlust. Dragon has none. Dragon would have gone on a speech about how some of the Gorosei are good.
Yeah, Christian, we got 150 of a dom. Maybe it's yen.
There is a rupees.
I don't know what it is,
Who's it from?
but I believe it's $5 because it's green. From Das Christian. Hey guys, great work as always. Any update on Cancel Lords? Also, thoughts on Warner Brothers collaborate with Toei on Gear 5? First topic, Cancel Lords probably. It might return at some point, Christian. Very busy, man.
He didn't. He didn't give the people what they want. You know, and that's disappointing.
Time goes quick.
We're
Time
still,
goes fast these days.
Eric. We're still waiting
And-
on the new intro.
Right. Maybe the final episode will have to do.
How do we have all this shank sauce and no new intro?
Man.
That's what we have to ask. All right, that's what we have to
On
ask.
the second topic of the Warner Brothers, they're not really collaborating. It's a guy that used to work on Warner Brothers that maybe worked on the Gear 5 episode. So it's not a direct collaboration, but there you go.
Hype though. We need that. Gear 5 has to be the greatest thing that has ever been animated.
Right.
So,
We need it, Christian. It'll surpass the Metal Gear. It'll surpass Super
and
Saiyan.
people show me clips of Attack on Titan, and I see CG airplanes and CG creatures, and I'm like, no.
People share, like a fucking Demon Slayer with like some weird guy that shoots fish, CG fish, and his eyes are
Eric.
owls, and I'm like, what is this garbage?
Eric, when did what's it called? DreamWorks get so good?
Well, what are you talking about specifically?
The new Puss in Boots movie.
Ah.
When did they get
Well,
good?
they decided to stop trying to compete with Pixar, Christian, and try something different. And I think this style will stick.
The 2D, 3D kind of
Situation.
cell shaded
Now, did you
situation.
watch Push in Boots? Is this the comment?
I did.
What is it? Peak? Is it goat?
It is peak and it is
Is
go.
it just raw?
Right.
What's the situation?
Well, Antonio Banderas is raw.
Right.
We all know this, right? And he's basically Zorro, the character.
Right.
Puss in Boots is basically Zorro,
Zorro the Disney
No, he-
character and Zorro.
Yeah, both,
Right.
alright?
Both Zorros.
He's raw, he's cool, alright?
I hear.
But then you have adventure and set pieces.
I hear the
and-
death fight's goaded.
I mean, it's not as long as you want it to be.
Right. Kind of ends.
Because it's not, it's not Japanese,
Right.
right? It's not half the movie. It's a good
Now,
2
does
minutes.
a weird CGI AI guy come out at the
No.
end?
No.
Okay.
The whole movie's CG, and it looks good. Which is shocking to anime fans. But
There you go.
the West still can't be beat. I was going to say that. And people could be mad about that.
And what? It's
In animation.
animation. So Christian, seems like this Puss in Boots rattled you.
Why rattle?
Like shook you up, being like, shit, this is goaded.
I'm like, when did DreamWorks actually become good? Is it How You Train Your Dragon
Well,
era when they became
sorta.
good?
They've always been decent at animation. They just have like cringe, fucking scripts. So
Yeah.
it kind of doesn't really work out.
I mean,
And they were trying
Yeah.
to compete in fidelity with Pixar. It didn't really work out. So you might as well try something different angle.
Has DreamWorks surpassed
Christian,
Pixar?
have you seen?
Pixar's been
Let me
putting out
ask you this
garbage.
question: have you seen the new
Yeah.
Disney trailer? It's like Water and Fire, whatever.
Oh my! It's such a cool concept, wasted on some horseshit.
It like physically looks bad though.
The character designs aren't good.
Real bad.
The fidelity is fine. The character designs are awful.
Yeah, Disney need to chill out on a movie every year, alright? Relax.
All right. I don't know what Pixar are doing. They need to get back to their roots with rawness and childhood
What do you
wonder.
mean, goaded?
Well, why? Like, how do children understand relationships between adults
What are you talking about?
with this Elementals movie? But anyway, we're getting off topic, Eric. Why is it a kid? Why is a kids movie about a relationship between two
Who are
adults?
like different
Races.
basically.
Yeah, like why is this a kids movie? Anyway, enough about that. We're getting sidetracked by Dono. All right.
Alright.
So, Cobra hit by the black arrow. Zabo steps in. Zabo disappointed he couldn't take him out. He is surrounded by these shadow beings, Eric.
Aimu blocks the attack in some way with some teeth move.
Some move.
He transforms in some way.
Something happens. It's very unclear against shadows and weird shit. Now, Eric. Last week, I famously said, I better be some sort of fucking shadow creature because I'm sick of these bullshit silhouettes. And we might actually be just a shadow man.
Right, the silhouette seems somewhat fluid and amorphous and weirdly proportioned. Which could...
And like, the arrow is made of shadows.
Right, so it literally could be a shadow man.
Yeah.
Many questions coming up at the Grocery's Power, Christian. What are we talking about? Topic of the show? What are we doing?
Oh, we could do that topic of the show.
Right. But, you know...
But, yeah.
Now, Christian, if it's Aimu's power, I still might be right that they're bums. Because they do pull out their pistol.
Yeah, and sword.
And maybe sword.
Yeah.
Christian, of course, the legendary
How can you
Supreme
forget?
Grade Sword confirmed. By no one.
Yeah. By no one. The first Kitetsu confirmed by no
Right.
one.
But
Yeah. Zabo tries to escape Eric, but he is struck by an arrow and takes a lot of damage.
Haki arrow, and
Amu has the firepower.
or energy arrow or Haki arrow.
Eric, are you up to speed with the theories
Go on.
Amu's power?
Talk to me about. Are we talking about Buddhism?
We're talking about Buddhism. The concept of Mu, Eric.
Right.
The concept of Mu, nothingness,
Void.
void. What does Amu do? He erases shit. He is nothing. He deletes shit.
Right.
Does his power just delete you? That's why I did so much damage to a Logia. It doesn't matter that you're a Logia, he fucking deleted you.
Although it didn't
You know.
one-shot Cobra. Cobra's
I mean, it's penetration damage, Eric. It's
sure.
it's you know, he didn't fucking shoot a Kamehameha at him. He did a sneaky bullet attack.
Cobra's not the most powerful fighter.
Yeah, I know, but like he got shot basically.
Right.
And it does a lot of damage, Eric. Penetration damage.
Also,
Big damage.
You know, questions on these Gorosei and their abilities and Aimu and their abilities.
Eric, for all we know, the Gorosei could be dead.
And they're just Shadow Men now.
We don't see him again. Do we see them again? No, we don't. We never see the Gorosei after the Fire Fist. So it's very, very confusing about these
In
creatures.
classic Oda fashion, he's gone they can...
I'm gonna be actually mad if there were silhouettes because it's getting ridiculous.
They don't even...
You can't just have silhouettes out in broad daylight, moving around and doing shit because you want to save the reveal. You're breaking immersion. It's gonna be even weirder in the anime.
But they look weird, though. They don't even look proportioned.
I know, the anime is gonna put shadow effects on them and all types of shit.
Right.
You know, because they're not gonna know either. Right?
Jay might review
Oda-
it. Jay might show what he's got soon.
Yeah, I don't. Oda can't keep doing this with Aimu.
Right.
Like he's a silhouette man or he's not. Please, Oda, stop.
Okay.
Alright? Cobra stays back and for Zabo to run away. He wants him to tell Luffy and Vivi that they are D members and they must bring the dawn to the world, Eric. Didn't happen in Wano. We still don't know why.
The gates weren't
You know.
open.
The gates weren't open. Fucking Judicial just walked away. Just be like, nah, I'm out.
Very
You know.
odd situation going on.
Very strange situation, Eric. It turns out Fujitora and Greeble started fighting with each other because Greeble was helping the revolutionaries free slaves. Eric,
Navy need help.
Navy, this man's obviously gonna betray you. He's obviously not loyal. Why did you hire this man? Why did you not interview this man about his values?
Odd pick from the Gorosei or Akainu, Christian. Very odd pick.
They picked Fujitora, the man who doesn't align with anything they say and doesn't do anything
I
they
mean,
say.
they did pick Akainu to serve under Sengoku, which is kind of conflicting.
Yeah.
I don't know
But-
what the deal is.
So that's how the revolutionaries escaped. Greeble and Fujitora basically is like, nah, I'm gonna help the Rev, free slaves. And Greeble's like, what the fuck, because Greeble's,
In favor of
the ultimate,
right.
ultimate Navy
in
simp.
favor of them slaves.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Wapple saw this whole event and bursts through the wall and takes Vivi and runs off. And CP0 is there, and the gang is Eric. CP9's back.
Kind of confirmed by Film Red that they'll all be there.
Yeah.
But what does it take to get fired from the Navy? How badly do you have
Very,
to fuck up?
various questions. I don't know how
This- this-
Fujitora has a job, but
CP let the judicial system get blown up and they get promoted. Very confusing situation.
Spandam spun a story,
His daddy helped him out, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. Haven't seen Spam in a while. Only saw him in Just Rosa. He's around.
That's true. He is around. So that's the chapter, Eric. Thoughts on the
It's a
chapter.
good chapter, Christian. Interesting chapter.
Now, of course, Eric, you have to take your L. Of course, we have to reference the tweet.
There's various questions about the tweet, Christian.
Eric, the tweet is sad, is despicable. It is not the caliber of the Red Force podcast. Alright. Why did you make it? What's going
Christian,
on?
it's clear these guys are endgame villains.
Is your crusade over?
Eh.
Will you apologize to Matt B?
No. I will not. Because his rationale was the guy's got a sword. I'll never succumb.
Will you apologize to the Navy suckers?
No. Because this ain't Navy. This is what government.
Eric, do you want to explain yourself with this tweet?
I think it's obvious that Oda's gonna make these guys endgame villains. They're gonna have to be very
But
powerful
Eric.
to compete with the Straw Hats.
With who? Nami?
Zoro.
Frankie? Zoro. No. I'm gonna say that right now.
Oh,
No.
who are they fighting then?
Zoro's not fighting Gandhi as his final
Who's
fight.
Zoro fighting?
Alright? Zoro is fighting Mihawk in some way.
Who said it was the final fight for Zoro?
Eric. You're saying endgame villains. You're saying end of series.
Right, the Mihawk question's always a question, right?
Yeah.
We still don't even know if Blackbeard's the
Sanji
final
fighting his dad.
We still don't even know if
know.
Blackbeard's the final boss. We assume the raid on the World Cup will happen at some point.
Now, again, people saying, it's confusing at this point, Eric. Because we've got what Whitebeard said and what Rayleigh said, and then we have what Doflamingo said. And Doflamingo is the newest information. Where he said about the Throne War, the war for the One Piece will happen. Alright? And then Whitebeard said the war will happen after the One Piece
Let me
is
ask you this
found.
question, Christian. You might not know this.
It's like 2 back-to-back wars. It's like, come on. I've already said
Let me
this.
ask you a question. Does
Yeah.
Doflamingo directly refer to the One Piece in his speech?
The throne for the Pirate
Right.
King. Yes.
Because it might be a sneaky Oda twist where he's talking about Imu Throne and not actual Pirate King Throne.
Well, he's talking about the pirates going after it. He's talking about
Yeah, but easily like
the
who will take
revolutionaries.
it? The Navy, the world, the worst generation. I have to look at that speech carefully at some point.
Okay.
Inspect
Alright.
the speech, Christian.
Alright. But Eric, a lot of things confirmed this week. A lot of Aimu theories confirmed. Aimu's an actual character with dialogue, has hatreds, has some
Some
goals,
kind of a reasonable man.
has a will, doesn't give a fuck, all types of things,
Right.
Eric. So, the Kaguya allegations are already dropped. You know?
Some
We would like to see
men
it.
will try and twist the definition of a Kaguya situation.
We all know what it is. Stop. Alright? We all know what it is. This man was basically introduced in Dressrosa. The first hintings
Christian,
towards this man in Dressrosa, which is like halfway through the series, which is
some
fucking crazy.
swindlers will try and convince you that the definition of a Kaguya situation is the main villain being replaced by another main villain at the end. But that's not the definition of a Kaguya situation. The definition of a
No.
Kaguya situation is being backstabbed before you fight the final boss and replacing the final villain.
Yeah. And also, we started this in Dressrosa, halfway through the series,
How
basically.
many points?
Well, it's
let
all
me
said
ask you
and
this,
done.
how many points did Kishi take off his manga with that decision?
It's the most outrageous decision of all time. And Seneto is gonna try and spin it when he gets up to it. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that horseshit. We
I
all
think
know it's
Naruto
bad
was
stuff.
hovering around an 8, and then that moment specifically went down to a 6.
You're like,
We can't do this.
and the Kakashi horseshit, the dimension, death,
I
inherited
was
will.
in a Discord conversation, Christian, where people were coping about the Kakashi thing and how it made sense. See,
Hey, we don't have
what
to end
happened
that
was
here.
with Naruto, Christian. I'll let the people know. 2014, maybe you're 11, 12, something like that.
Year
Naruto
12,
ended.
yes.
And then Christian and I didn't
Yeah.
talk about it for 5 years.
And then Boruto.
And then Seneto and the boys came in. And what happened was, Christian, the dialogue evolved over 5 years to cope about all the copious amounts of plot holes
Of course. Of
and
course.
contrivances in Naruto, which we missed. We missed all
course.
the dialogue in cope.
That's true.
There you go.
We have no canon. We have canon against it, which is no. But, you know. Anyway, Abu avoiding the Kaguya allegations. We would like to see
Okay.
it. Alright. Actual villainy, actual, plot and doing
Some kind
things.
of reasoning.
Reasoning, all sorts of shit. Alright, now. Vivi. Vivi's the key. I'm gonna say it now. Vivi's the sovereign and it's basically confirmed.
We kind of already knew that, though, right?
Apparently not. Apparently, I've been coping since Wano, Eric. I was right. Alright?
Well, the Vivi's not Joy Boy, which was the contention.
The contention was the sovereign, because it doesn't make any... The fucking... Prophecy makes no sense if it's Luffy. Because the borders were not opened.
Right, and the Sovereign has to open the borders for Luffy.
Unless Oda's making a point that the prophecy is real and it's about free will. all
It's
kinds of
basically
stuff, but
Vivi
whatever,
has
you
to
know.
turn on Poseidon. Well, not Poseidon, Pluton.
Yeah, and blast
Plus a war.
it out of Wano. Yeah. So we have to go back to Wano at some point, Eric.
Pick up Yamato. That's crazy.
Pick up Yamato.
Who's even,
That's the greatest all-time pickup
who's
of
even
all time.
stronger than Zoro? When we return.
The Yamato pickup is clutch. Alright? But anyway. That's a chapter, Eric. Do you want to rate this
Give
chapter?
it a 9 out of 10, Christian.
9 out of 10. Even with your sadness and the tweet, you still
Well, I'm
give
not
it a 9 out of
necessarily
10.
mad at it because Oda hasn't done anything horrific yet. So I can't really be mad at this chapter.
What would be what would be horrific in this situation?
Like, the Gandhi, like, doing a lion song on like, Zabo. And, like, doing heavy damage and shit. The Gorosei don't look great.
But your contention is they are that strong.
Right. So
That's your contention.
it's heading in that direction, but there's various ifs, buts, and maybes
No.
as Oda does it.
Amu is strong. So he has a crew, which is the Gorosei, which are not as strong. So, they're not going to be Emperor
I think
level.
at the end of the day, Imu's becoming the final villain week by week, and we just
Yeah.
have to accept it at this point. I think this is what this chapter finally confirmed.
I just can't place the timeline again. The timeline of what will happen
Christian, and then
first is still
in
up in
that
the
thread of
air.
that tweet, I kind of complained that like I don't want to see Luffy without a goal for the last arc.
That's where it
Yeah, I
gets
don't want to
weird.
see Blackbeard should be the final villain. This is the issue.
Eric, once the MC loses and has to reframe their mission, it gets weird.
Right. So
Once he's already the Pirate King and then he has a new goal, why does he give a fuck about
so
Aimu?
this is like
It's a lot of work to do.
this is the issue with this chapter. It's a good chapter that expands the lore, and I'm intrigued by it, Christian. More peace, but I can't be mad because it's not really confirmed yet if Aimu is indeed the final villain, but it's heading
No.
in that direction. So we'll get mad when Oda confirms the situation.
I'm gonna say 8 out of 10, and I'm docking a point for the
Silhouette Man.
fucking silhouettes.
What if the actual Shadowman?
If the actual Shadowman, there's no point to dock.
Okay.
But you can't just break immersion because you want to hide something in the laziest way possible. Make the room dark. Make the situation dark. Have it set at night. Make it obscured. No, I'm just gonna black out the characters because I want to have a reveal later. Lazy.
Right.
And breaks immersion. Not good. Minus a point.
Okay. Just for the people in the chat asking, it's basically gonna go fight the Pirate King, take out the Navy, raid on the world government in Marijoa.
I'm not convinced about that order. I'm still not convinced about it because
That's the
of
order it would go in which
just the
if I'm is the final fight.
I just think it's like inefficient, and like why not just have everyone at Raftel fight at the end? It's inefficient.
Yeah, but
We're gonna go fight Blackbeard and whoever at Raftel. The Navy have to send a presence to
now
Raftel.
Christian, the ultimate W is Blackbeard, Kaguya's Imo, and then
That
and
is the
then we
ultimate
get the
W.
W. That'd be the greatest decision of all time. Oda switches the Kaguya situation on its head and actually does it right. That's crazy.
Okay. All right. He achieves Rox's dream and becomes the king of the world.
Right.
Okay. I like it. I like it. The Blackbeard pirates do need some sauce.
And black people to rule with tyranny because he's actually strong,
Yeah.
etc.
So, yeah. So that's the show. Well, that's the that's the chapter.
Right.
We got other things to
Next
talk
week,
about.
I
alright?
suspect Egghead. Right.
Oh, there still might be a little bit of the flashback left. The dragon's reaction.
If Dragon doesn't know, like, come on, man.
Doesn't know about. I don't think he knows about Aimu.
Like everybody knows but him. That's crazy.
Yeah. All right.
All right, on to Shanks.
Eric, moving on. How strong is Shanks?
Shanks.
How strong is Shanks? Every week, we'll come to the question of how strong is Shanks? And every week we answer. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. But there are people out there who think Kaido's the strongest.
No.
There are people out there who think Dragon's the strongest. The man who doesn't know about Aimu. There are people out there who think Blackbeard's the strongest. The man who got pretty damaged by law. There are people out there who think Mihawk's the strongest. The man who was overshadowed by Gandhi in one chapter, in one panel. Because Gandhi pulled out a sword. That's all it took. For Mihawk to lose his throne. And the worst of all, Eric, the people who think I'm the strongest. And every week we bring 100% factual information to the table. This week's evidence is Shanks is so strong. He met with the Gorosei, and the Gorosei didn't even try to kill him. Because they know Shanks would beat their asses. That's over the question. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God
Easy.
King. Moving on, talk about the show. Aimu, what the fuck?
What do you got for us, Christian?
Aimu, Eric. We could take things off the list. From the Void Century, take it off the list. It's confirmed. Alright? Immortality surgery, 90% confirmed. What Dovahkiin was talking about, also 90% confirmed. Alright? Now the question is, has Vivi and Wapple told Morgans? The biggest scoop of all time, Eric. Has he told them?
He would have printed it already, surely.
And that's my thing. Does Morgans know? And is he afraid to print that
Morgans would
story?
be afraid, Christian. Big news. We know how big news goes. Morgans would.
It's the biggest news story
Morgans
of all
would print
time.
it. I think Wapple wouldn't say anything because he's afraid, and Vivi probably doesn't know.
Yeah.
Wapple shit his pants the entire time. So
Now, Eric, Bonnie was also here.
I guess we kind of need Luffy to reveal the fraudulence to the world, or the Rev. So
Yeah. But Eric, Bonnie was also here. And Bonnie is on Egghead. When will Bonnie tell Luffy what fucking happened?
she wasn't there for that much of it. She wasn't there for this whole Zabo thing.
I mean, she'd be in the castle.
Right, but not the throne room.
Why not?
Because they split up.
Yeah, they split up, but maybe she turned around when the fireball was shot.
I doubt.
So she
she's
should
doing, nah,
know.
I don't think she doesn't know. I think she's doing other shit.
But she said she would tell the secrets of Zabo to Luffy.
Yeah, like
She already mentioned Zabo.
I think Robin has to find that out. Like, I don't think Bonnie knows.
Yeah. Alright. Narek. Where are you sitting on the power level of the Gorosei? You have to submit.
It just depends on where they're placed.
You have to submit and you have to commit.
So,
Alright?
if they're not the final fight, they could be commander level. If they are the final fight, we're talking better than admirals,
Better than Admirals.
which brings up a multitude of issues.
Eric, you're telling me there are 5 characters better than Admirals. Who's fighting them?
Zabo.
Zabo's fighting Alkainu.
Maybe.
So that already diminishes Zabo's
Dragon
fight.
Fun.
Dragon dies. Who gives a fuck?
Okay, Dragon.
Who gives a fuck about Dragon?
Sanji.
Zoro Sanji.
Yamato.
Yamato. Who's Yamato fight? Gorbachev?
Oh. Also, Christian's forgetting the post-Albath buff to Usopp.
I'm not forgetting
Okay.
that. But Usopp has to fight Buggy as his final fight.
Uh,
That matchup's
I
too
mean,
good.
if the Battle Royale's happening, Christian, again, it just depends on the order.
Yeah.
Because if they beat the Blackbeard Pirates and then fight, the Gorosei afterwards.
The Gorosei, Revolutionary Commander bait. You're getting baited. You're getting sucked
So,
in.
what, Dragon fights Armor or Luffy fights Armor?
No, Luffy fights Aimu, and that's obvious.
I don't see,
Alright,
I
we
don't
don't
see
even-
how this works out. So your contention is,
Yeah.
there's also 5 Gorosei members and 4 commanders for the Revolutionary. So you're in one shot.
Through Zabo.
I thought Zab was fighting Akainu.
He is fighting
What
Alkainu.
What are the straw?
What do you mean what
Straw
happened?
Hats doing while Luffy's fighting Armor?
Zoro's fighting fucking Kizaru or some bullshit. Mihawk, if he's there. Alright? Sanji's fighting Croc.
Croc.
Why not? Mr. Prince battle. The Mr. Prince battle.
That's playing Sanji down too much.
Why is that playing? Croc has a 2 billion berry bounty. Let's not get it twisted. And you're a gender crocodile.
This
Crocodile's a
sauce
threat.
that you're buying. It's way too much.
Hey man, Otis, you're buying the Gorosei sauce right now. So what are we doing here?
Guild of Maricoa?
Why not?
Okay.
Literally, why not? I'm saying it all happens at once. That's what I'm saying. That's my contention. It all happens in one big battle. Why are we gonna split it over two? It's
my
stupid.
ultimate Grand Theory W that might happen.
Yeah. It's annoying. If we have to split this up into two massive 150 chapter arcs with wars and a million factions, it gets annoying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Anyway.
I'm saying Max first commander, and I'm locking it in. And as I've said for months.
What do you want to say about their power, Kushini? Are they Zoans? Is it Aimu power?
Eric, that's a completely different story. Because what we saw today in this chapter was shadow creatures that are warping, don't really have a concrete form, white eyes, not really a silhouette material, Eric. Because normally silhouettes are the character, what they look like, but just blacked out. Not some amorphous
figure
of energy. Alright? So that's my contention. Alright?
Okay. Anything else on the Gorosei and Aimu?
Eric. Are the Gorosei also immortal, or are they not? Because it seems like they're not. So the question is, when did they join? How do you join get a Gorosei spot? What's the deal? Eric, we also forgot about the God Knights. Let's not forget about the God Knights.
I was gonna bring them up.
How did we forget about that?
I just think the Gorosei are probably filled by the elders of like each family. You'd think.
Eric, we have the Gorosei. We have the God Knights. There's enough characters. The Gorosei are not Admiral plus level characters.
God Knights and Gorosei and Aimu suggest to me that there'll be a Mojo arc.
But Eric, just who fights who? That's always the question.
Right. Don't know.
Zoro can fight the captain of the God Knights. You know?
Pin Zoro.
Pin Shanks. Whoever he is. You know? But the Gorosei do not need to be Admiral Plus.
Okay.
Oda just introduced a new hype crew, the God Knights, and Dragon said once the God Knights get deployed, that's when they're serious. Not the Gorosei get deployed.
I will remind you that there's only...
He said the God Knights.
The Admirals left after Egghead.
Yeah, and that's why we're hyping up the God Knights, Eric. Dragon... I keep on saying this, but Dragon said once the God Knights are deployed, that's when things get serious.
What are you gonna do if Jay slaps around Luffy?
I'm gonna be upset.
Okay.
Because then we have plot holes. Because then we have
issues,
inconsistencies. We have issues. All types of questions, like why the Gorosei just go out and destroy everything, and just have their mastermind control. If they're this strong, just go out and kill Kaido. Go out and kill Big Mom. Why are they a threat to you? Why do you need
why you sweating when Shanks and Whitebeard meet?
Why? You know? So there are plot holes or issues
with that. Roger and Garp to take out Rocks the first time.
Yeah. Well, many questions, many issues. There you go. Moving on to the Thunder Dome.
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, Eric. We have a spicy one this week. The rematch, Sanji versus Doflamingo.
Which Sanji is this?
This is updated new Sanji. This is post Queen
Sanji.
Sanji. All right, let's go through it, Eric. He's obviously faster.
He's got the firepower to get through Doflamingo's armor haki, surely.
Surely, we'll give him that. All right, and he has the defense to deal with Doflamingo's cunning attacks, and he can
He's got the
fly.
healing factor as well, Christian.
Oh my! I'm not even going to acknowledge that nonsense. All right. So, on all metrics, you would have to go Sanji.
He's not gonna get parasited, surely.
Of course, we're not going to bring up the birdcage and the stupidity, all right, of the birdcage.
Right.
Because, you know, annoying. But you got to give it to Sanji. He's got the firepower, he's got the speed, he's got the durability to get it done against Doflamingo.
For sure.
Yeah. Alright, moving on. Questions.
What do we got?
First question comes in from Wally. I think the Gorosei have these daunting silhouettes, but they'll turn out looking pretty goofy yet scary and formidable at the same time. Everyone seems to be convinced they look like horrible monsters, but this feels like ripe setup for Oda to make the cartoony animals. Thoughts? The one of them is just a head. That's not even an animal. Like,
Very odd.
what are we talking about? You know? It's very odd. It's very strange. But there you go. Alright. From Chris T. What do you think of that One Piece episode? Natoshi on his game. Can't wait for Gear 5, of course. I am pleading for a 10 out of 10 episode of Gear 4 vs. Kaido. One of the best action chapters in One Piece. Facts.
Hopefully you get it.
People never bring this up.
That,
Gear 4 vs. Kaido is one of the great action sequences in shonen manga
they
history.
better put the sauce on that Bajra gun. Like crazy sauce. I want to see stupid.
Overcon gun.
No, whatever. Bajra gun, I want to see stupid sauce. I want it to cut to Alabasta and be like, what?
Yeah. Also for Christy. Definitely never subscribed to the idea that the Gorosei were strong, but I guess that's the route Oda was going. How strong, how will they realistically be, and does this affect how strong do you think the God Knights are? To me, Oda, it's hard to say what the strength level of the Gorosei are right now, because they didn't do fucking shit, and it's not even clear if it's their power and all types of shit. Right? If he wanted to hype up the Gorosei, he would have had Gandhi cut Zabo. But he didn't. He hyped up Aimu. So, you know, it's hard to tell. But I'm gonna say Max first commander.
The God Knights?
The Good Knights could go higher. Because they're like an unknown thing. They're like it'll be like they could never leave Marijoa. They are sworn to protect the Gorosei. You know, that kind of fucking excuses, you know. Mega T, do you think the D is a family thing or just something people picked up forever ago? It's not a blood family. I think it's a crew. But yeah. Agree?
Yes.
Disagree? From Denny. Did Oda reuse CP9 as CP0 as he didn't want to spend time introducing new characters? Well, they're not gonna... Like, CP0 aren't really, like, a faction people are gonna fight. So he's like, fuck it.
Lucia's kind of alright, you know?
Yeah. From Michael J. Is Oda only hiding these designs so he can reveal Saturn on Egghead? Maybe.
Be kind of disappointing if they actually
yeah.
are, like, Zoans or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, will Charlos get his hit again in the final war? Yeah, he'll get smacked by someone. Luffy will smack him again. Classic.
Charles might have the highest durability feats in the verse, Christian.
If he didn't die. Alright. From Sidewalk, do you think Law ends up with Vivi? I mean, what is this pairing?
No.
D connection?
Like,
that's it?
People pair Robin and Law together, but...
That's right, because of the ancient history interest. I thought Vivi would go to the Straw Hats, but it doesn't make any sense for her to. Oh, he doesn't mean pairings, though. He means joining Law's crew. That's even more
No,
weird. What the fuck?
the shit.
let's let's read this theory,
Well,
Eric. But it doesn't make sense for her to magically appear in front of the crew. Amber would probably now need to talk about this with someone, and since Law had a public alliance with Luffy, she might be open to talking about the will of D and Alabasta to him. I'm saying none of the D's know the meaning of their name, made me think of him. We still don't know why Law hides his true name. I mean, Corazon told him to hide it. We do
right.
know. What?
Also, like, the whole promise of Vivi will sail again with the Straw Hats is kind of
Yeah.
pretty solid.
What if the Queen of Alabasta was Nefertari D. Water Lily? Oh, Eric, this theory is bad.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where this is coming from.
This theory
Law's
is
crew is
bad.
also dead, and he doesn't have
I mean,
and he
Beppo's
doesn't
still
have a
alive.
ship. So
Yeah. Vivi shouldn't be a direct descendant of Lily since her brother took over. I mean, alright.
sure,
So,
okay.
what else do you think Law could go since he, since Blackbeard probably captured his crew? Law's gonna get the revenge on Blackbeard.
Yeah, Law's gonna join Luffy again. Classic.
Yeah. From OG Perps. Hello, fellows. As my previous question, does your chapter confirm that pirates will combine with the low revolution stuff war government? There's already too many characters for that. There's no way. Do you know how many fucking pirates there are?
It'd be Luffy and Zabo and stuff,
Yeah.
and Shanks, of course.
Yeah. From Jylon. I think I figured out the names of the Gorosei based on their planets they're supposed to be. Gandhi is Saint Bruno Mars. Okay. Gorbachev is Saint Frederick Murphy. Mercury. Why is Gorbachev Freddie Mercury? Sanji's uncle is Saint Venus. Okay. And Longbeard is Saint Jupiter.
He kind of
Okay.
dropped the theme, but
He tried to drop the musician theme at the end,
I
but
like how Gandhi's
know.
a shooting mask because he's got a sword.
Yeah, the God
Hey,
of
man,
War.
they got weapons, bro. They got pistols.
You know. Also, the fact that people think Luffy's gonna lose an Egghead is hilarious. He's Yonko level for a reason.
Luffy's not gonna lose.
He's gonna prove it soon enough. Luffy's not gonna. Luffy, like, I don't see how Kizaru is overshadowed in Egghead with Gandhi one-shotting Luffy or some bullshit. Not Gandhi, fucking
Jay.
Jay. You know. Christy, I'll be looking real hype now. Almost defies the Farley, not rocks though. He's the same armor from the original 20 Kingdoms, yes. From the Gorosei. Or from the Ancient Void Century. We need that rocks flashback. How are we supposed to get it? Armor reveal not happening for another 100 chapters. I mean, yeah. Rock's flashback has to happen at some point. Who delivers it? It's Garp.
Only
Maybe
guy who left is Garp.
maybe Rayleigh at some
I mean,
point.
we still never got the Big Mom Kano connection in Rocks, so that might happen at some point as well.
From Nemesis, how strong is Shanks? The strongest. We know
Correct.
this. Also from Nemesis, will we cut back to Egghead next chapter? At some point we have
I
to.
think it's next chapter.
And we hope it's not Luffy fighting the Seraphim and not using Haki. Alright. And from everyone's favorite villain, Eric, Harvesting Berry. You always say I'm the show's favorite villain, but am I the most well-written one? Oh, yeah. You don't have that good of rebuttals or zingers. I need to up your game with your
To be fair,
snarkiness.
the quality of writing isn't reflected in Christian's reading ability.
I mean, the questions are the questions, Eric. I may fumble a few words, but they're
What's
the
his
questions. Is he a well-written villain? I mean, sometimes, some weeks yes, some
I mean,
weeks
there's,
no.
a,
You know,
there's a
you're
clear
inconsistent.
bias, but
He's inconsistent, Eric.
okay.
2. Crazy how weak the Gorosei are. You guys called it. Blame Eric. I said first commander, and I'm still sticking with that. And it's
See,
no
Christian,
evidence to say
you
that
read
it's
this
not.
as sarcasm, but what if this is genuine?
It's not.
Okay.
It's obviously sarcasm. Alright? From 3, Glad Otis be consistent on making everyone in the world government incompetent so the plot can happen. I mean,
That's consistent, though.
so it's Zabo. Zabo's strong. Of course he escapes. You know, he's not like some guy. He's just a weak
Hey,
fuck.
the government being incompetent is consistent, okay?
Another week of Togashi piece and Silhouette piece. There wasn't even that much dialogue. I don't even know. Like, it's not even like a thing. But whatever. For Big 3 fanboy, I'm has the demon fruit and Vivi is a D. I'm kind of confused on that part. I don't know how. It's not too confusing, but there you go. From Nemesis Eric. Will Luffy fight Saturn? Will Zoro fight Kizaru? No. Luffy's fighting Kizaru. Can we please stop? Alright?
Who fights Saturn?
This time Kizaru. This time Luffy beats Kizaru's ass. Right. From Toma. I remember the Gorosei using Haki since they injured Zabo Lokia. Well, there's Devil Fruit. Devil Fruits can injure other Devil Fruits. Right. So, you know.
Could be Haki, though.
Well, Bindle. Why is Eric turning into Dritch just because the Gorosei are Army are fighters? Eric, he read your tweet. He wasn't too impressed by it.
Thread. Right. I'll hit you with the reread.
Alright, there you go. Reread the thread.
It's all there in the thread.
Alright. From Young Obama. Who will Luffy be invested in beating? The man that killed his brother, the man who is the reason his brother was captured in the first place, or some twink that sits on a chair? See, he's right, Eric. Why does Luffy give a fuck about Aimu? You know, where's the character investment in Aimu? There is none. This is why it's confusing. This is the issue. There's investment in Blackbeard. There's investment in Alkainu. There's no investment in Aimu. You know, unless it's revealed that like Aimu, like grabbed Ace's leg and like tripped him, and that's why he died. You know,
He
bullshit like
whispered in Ace's ear like Emperor Palpatine, and Alkainu didn't actually say that. It was Aimu in Ace's head.
From Drop Trope. Will Wapple tell Morgans about Aimu? Will Morgans print the story?
I don't.
The Morgans is about the news, Eric. He's about the big scoop.
Right, they can't
but will he print that story?
He'd print it.
This man has too much power.
He's drunk on power. He'll print it.
He's drunk on power. Right? After he's made his bet on Monkey Deezers, he's drunk on power.
And Wapple probably won't say anything.
Yeah. From Young Obama. Abhishek is a well-known and gender-appeased reader. Reads the summary text and then the rules, and skims a chapter. What does he need to do to properly read the story, or is his brother lost for good?
It is probably.
Abhishek D. How can I convince Young to read properly, Eric? How can you convince him to read properly? There's some beef going on here. There's an argument going on here, you know. From Bindle. Who is the bigger mid-man? Young or Harvestonberry? See, Harvestonberry says it's bad, and Young says it's mid. So it's gotta be Young.
Right. Surely I'll go Barber, though.
From Strawberry D1. Thoughts on this chapter? Or thoughts on the anime episode? Well, the animation this week was okay. I feel like the impact of the attack is lessened by the piss auras and flashing lights. We said this last week, or a couple of weeks ago. You know? Too much sizzle on the pan, you lose the impact. Too much sauce on the steak, you lose the flavor.
We didn't like the Natoshi situation, but apart from that, whatever.
From Dart. Do you think they're giving out D's too much, or you still think it's a good ratio? Moore's one is the weirdest one.
This one,
I think
this one
Vivi's
actually
makes
has
sense.
Like, narrative value. because of the whole Nefertari.
Law's one's weird as
Right.
fuck. Yeah. From Bindle, will Eric become a mid-man soon?
No.
No. Do you know why? Because he believes in Shanks. That's why.
Some say a ghost wrote a few chapters of One Piece, Christian.
That's true. The GOAT chapter, the greatest chapter of all time.
Peak.
Alright. There you go, peak.
When I said
Alright,
Kid was a
so,
bum, and you were like, nah, man, he's strong.
hey man, the stronger Kid is, the
You're
more
right.
credit
I should
Shanks
just say
gets.
Kid's Yonko level.
That's right. You should say he's stronger than Luffy.
But anyway,
Alright, just
we
for
expect
agenda.
Egghead next week, Christian. We return, we see Luffy.
I expect Dragon's reaction to this flashback.
We hope Luffy's just fighting Kizaru. That'd be
Yeah.
convenient. I imagine the Kurama flashback has something to do with this situation.
You know
as
what's
well.
insane? You know what's insane? We get this 3-chapter flashback. We didn't get Kato's flashback.
It's odd, but what are you gonna do?
You know? There you go. That's the chapter. That's the episode. Good week. We got a chapter next week, which is good.
Should get a run, hopefully.
Yeah. So, Shanks is the strongest, Shanks is the
Good
God
night.
King.